All right, folks, I'm making a reaction video based on comments on a video I posted yesterday. And on that video, without going into too much details, because if you missed it, please go ahead and do so. I was actually talking about things that are indicating that 2022 might be the year bringing $500 a share. And few people call me out on the comment section, calling me a shill because I was kind of, saying to people and the viewers that, hey, 500 might be the maximum selling price, all right? And this is totally not the message conveyed into this video. So I want to make things clear because this might also outline one of the biggest mistake people will be doing when we are in the midst of the high runs and the short squeeze is in full mode, because I don't want you to do that mistake, all right? Based on my experience with markets and stocks. So actually, if you pay close attention to the thumbnail, I'm saying that this indicates 2022 might bring. So I'm talking about a conditional word because the reality is nobody knows exactly what the future will look like, especially within the stock market. I don't care how expert, how experienced, how a veteran, how tools, how deep technology you might have, data analysis and everything. You don't know the future and you cannot just predict the future. Otherwise, we would have been all billionaires by now. Not millionaires, billionaires, all right? So nowhere I'm saying that 500 is the maximum price at which you should sell or we should see in 2022, because this thing might also go beyond 2022. It's been 1 year now, it's going close to 1 year, but it can also drag into 2023 or maybe beyond. You don't know. Or like literally next week or next month, it can blow up, and we all, collect our attendees, collect our money, and that's how we get rich. But nobody knows, all right? Nobody knows. But here is actually the biggest mistake you can make based on these comments on this video, all right? Don't let anybody let you decide which is the price at which you should sell, because only you knows that price that will satisfy you, that will satisfy your finances, that will satisfy your personal situation and for your household if you have children, kids, married or everything. You know what? Because if you really believe that everybody's going to sell in the midst of the squeeze at the same price, then you may be a little bit naive. Yeah, everybody is talking about how high AMC can go to $1 million a share, 500,000 shares. Yeah, it has the full potential of doing so, but is it going to reach $500 a share? Or even if it does so, are you going to find somebody that will be willing to buy at $500 a share if you even have 1,000 shares, for example? I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't have the potential to reach those levels. I'm just saying people and the way we are wired psychologically, mentally, especially when it comes to money, people tend to be emotional. Are you really thinking that you will be strong enough to sit on $1 million and wait for it to reach $10 million or $5 million in terms of your profits in your brokerage account, while you have some student loans, while you have some mortgage to pay, while you have some car notes to pay, while you have, university or college to send your children to? I mean, there are so many different parameters. There are so many different things making our personal financial situations different. Let me take you another example. For example, if I take me, I don't have any debt at all, not even considering a mortgage, because I paid off my mortgage back in November. I made a video on this. If you haven't watched the video, please go ahead and do so, guys. Like for me, I may be willing to wait for it to reach a certain price, like maybe, willing to reach 10,000 or 5,000 a share, because I don't have that pressure on money to pay off some debts or, to get out of certain financial holes, just because I'm in a place financially where I don't owe money to anybody, so it's easier for me to hold a little bit longer, but I have to also pay attention not to fall into greed, which might be totally different for somebody who has student loans and a mortgage, because at $1 million profit or even $2 million profit, it means everything can go away. He can pay off everything, not owe money to anybody, and on top of that, still have plenty of money to do whatever they want to do with travel, discover the world, take care of family members, treat themselves, or just reinvest that money to live off of dividends or passive income, or reinvest that money into real estate market or some other business. Anyway, do whatever you want with that money. All right. So based on your position size, based on your financial current situation, also based on your mental health, your mental stability, your mental sanity, things will be totally different. All right. Trust me, when we start hitting those high numbers, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, things are going to be really, really hectic. Things are going to be really, really difficult to monitor. It's going to be way more a hassle to hold because you're seeing really life-changing money. That's why you shouldn't let anybody decide, at which price you should sell, because only you knows what your personal situation is based on what I just mentioned earlier. Only you knows what price will satisfy you, and you only you knows the price at which anything will be better and put you ahead of life financially for you, for your household, for your kids, for your grandkids, for generational wealth, etc., etc. So that's why I'm saying, please really pay attention to this and don't let anybody press the sell button or let you know at which level you should press the sell button. Not even me, because I'm just a guy talking about stocks and investments onto YouTube. It doesn't matter how much success I have. I can't predict the future. I cannot tell you at which AMC price will be tomorrow, just tomorrow. How even bigger far to next month or next 3 months? I would just be lying. And if you let somebody tell you when and the maximum this price can hit, this is just BS. You shouldn't listen to them. This is just bullcrap. I'm just being straightforward with you guys because that's the honest reality. All right. So I just wanted to clarify this with you because maybe it may not make sense to some of you. Maybe it may not be relevant to some of you, but the time is coming and it may come fast where it's going to be critical. So I don't want you to make the same mistake I did with other stocks, with other investments in the past based on the experience I have. So that's it, folks. All right.